Open Systems Interconnection, OSI, model. Protocol is a standard set of rules that allow electronic devices to communicate with each other. For example, how data is transmitted over a medium such as a wired medium like an Ethernet cable, or a wireless transmission medium, such as Wi-Fi. Open System Interconnect, OSI, is an international organization for standardization, ISO. Layered architecture standard that defines a framework for implementing protocols in 7 layers. OSI layers are arranged in the following bottom to top order. 1 physical, 2 data link, 3 network, 4 transport, 5 session, 6 presentation, 7 application. Layer 1, physical layer. Physical layer is responsible for the actual physical connection between the devices. Physical layer contains information in the form of bits. When receiving data, physical layer will get the signal received and convert it into zeros and ones and send them to the data link layer. Hub, repeater, modem, cables are physical layer devices. Physical layer specifications are relate to electrical signals, optical fiber, laser, electromagnetic waves, wireless networks, or sound. Some common physical layer implementations are IEEE 1394 interface, Ethernet physical layer DSL, ISDN, and USB. Physical layer attacks will be passive sniffing over the cable or wireless. Physical layer attacks will be denying service by cutting the cable. Physical layer attacks will be causing excessive electrical interference. Layer 2, data link layer. Data link layer transfers data between network nodes on the physical link. Data link layer encodes bits into packets before transmission, and then decodes the packets back into bits. There are 2 sublayers of the data link layer are the logical link control, LLC, and the media access control, MAC. Data link layer devices are switches and bridges. Data link layer attack would be forging the MAC address known as ARP spoofing. Layer 3, network layer. Network layer responds requests from the transport layer and issues service requests to the data link layer. Network layer protocols are connection-oriented and connectionless network layer protocols. In connection-oriented protocols, a logical connection is established between 2 devices before transferring data. In connectionless protocols, as soon as a device has data to send to another, it just sends it. Network routing protocols are Border Gateway Protocol, BGP, Open Shortest Path First, OSPF, and Routing Information Protocol, RIP. Internet Control Message Protocol, ICMP, Internet Group Management Protocol, IGMP. Border Gateway Protocol, BGP, is an Internet inter-domain routing protocol. Open Shortest Path First, OSPF, is a link state interior gateway protocol developed for use in TCP/IP networks. Routing Information Protocol, RIP, is an Internet routing protocol that uses hop count as its metric. Internet Control Message Protocol, ICMP, is used for troubleshooting and error control purposes. Internet Group Management Protocol, IGMP, is used to simultaneously transmit video to multiple recipients. Network layer functions are Internet Protocol, addressing, host addressing, message forwarding, fragmentation, Internet Protocol Security, IPsec. Internet Protocol, IP, provides a standard set of rules for sending and receiving data over the Internet. Addressing is transmission of data from host to destination IP. Host addressing, each host has a unique address to provide the location on the Internet. That address is the IP address. Message forwarding, gateways or routers are special purpose devices or hosts on the network that forward data between networks that are segmented, partitioned, or interconnected across the wide area network. Fragmentation is the subdivision of a data packet into a manageable or allowable size without the loss of data integrity. Internet Protocol Security, IPsec, implemented, secure communications. Using virtual private networks, VPNs, and encryption is made possible by the set of protocols that provide security for IP. IPsec security services to accomplish authentication and encryption are: Authentication Header, A. Encapsulating Security Payload, ESP. Security Associations, SA. Authentication Header authenticates sender and discovers any changes in data during transmission. Encapsulating Security Payload, ESP, performs authentication for the sender and encrypts the data being sent. Security Associations, SA, provide shared security that provide the parameters necessary for A and/or ESP operations. There are two modes of IPsec: Transport Mode, Tunnel Mode. Transport Mode only encrypts and authenticates the IP payload to ensure a secure channel of communication. Tunnel Mode will encrypt and authenticate the whole IP packet, for example establish a VPN. Network layer attack are focused on specially how network traffic is routed. A man-in-the-middle attack, traffic being redirected to a malicious actor, is an example of an attack at the network layer. Spoofing or forging of a network address is another network layer attack. Simplest network layer attack is denial of service DDoS attack. Layer 4, Transport Layer. Transport layer is an end-to-end transport between peer hosts. Transport layer functions are flow control, multiplexing, virtual circuit management, and error checking and recovery. Flow control manages data transmission from sending device to receiving device. Multiplexing allows several applications to transmit data with a single physical link. Virtual circuits are established, maintained, and terminated by the transport layer. Error checking, creating various mechanisms for detecting transmission errors. Error recovery resolves errors such as request that data be retransmitted. Transport layer protocols are TCP/IP. Transport protocol is connection-oriented and UDP is a connectionless protocol. TCP/IP transport protocol is a reliable connection must be established. Three-way handshake is used to create TCP connection. UDP transport protocol does not use a pre-established session. Transport layer would be the SYN flood attack that drains a target's network memory resources by continuously initiating TCP-based connections but not allowing them to complete. Layer 5, Session Layer. Session layer is logical connection between peer hosts on a network. Session layer functions are opening, closing, and managing a session efficiently and effectively. Communication sessions consist of requests and responses that occurs between applications. Session layer remote procedure calls, RPCs, is a protocol that one program can use to request a service from a program located in another computer on a network without having to understand the network's details. A procedure call is also sometimes known as a function call or a subroutine call. Full duplex data is sent over a connection between two devices in both directions at the same time. Half duplex sending data in both directions, but only one direction at a time. Simplex operation is a one-way street. Session layer attack is based on authentication to establish a session across the network is compromised. Layer 6, Presentation Layer. Presentation layer is to assure data flow from one application to another application and making sure data is readable. Presentation layer formats are standard image formats, sound formats, video formats, conversion of character representation formats, common data compression schemes, and common data encryption schemes. Presentation layer ensures that formats are converted and presented as needed. Layer 7, Application Layer. end user is closest to application layer and interacts directly through a software application. Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP, works at the application layer. DHCP is a network management protocol that dynamically assigns an IP address, ensures that each IP address is unique. This service enables network nodes to communicate with other IP networks. Some common application layer protocols are Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, File Transfer Protocol, FTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP, and Simple Network Management Protocol, SNMP. DHCP can be exploited using a DHCP starvation attack, where forged requests continually request new IP addresses until the allotted pool of addresses is exhausted. DHCP spoof attack is where an untrusted client continues to spread DHCP messages throughout the network. Attacks like SQL injection or cross-site scripting operate at the application layer.